A big moment when it clicked for me that calories really are just calories and that the math is the math was I was listening to a podcast and somebody was talking about that the reason why you can't lose weight is because of all of the processed food, and that it's keeping your cortisol up and you're inflamed and your body won't let go of fat if you're inflamed. Now, I had been eating the same way that I eat now, but it hadn't actually clicked. I was just following the math, even though I didn't completely trust it. But when I heard that person say, if your body's inflamed, you can't burn fat, and I was sitting there about 68 pounds down and still eating fast food, still eating processed food, I was like, they're lying. They're lying to make money, because of course you know that woman had a course. Of course you know that woman had her own website and her own coaching fees and all of these things. She was making money off of lying, because I was sitting there like, oh no, she's lying, because I've lost 68 pounds at this point and I never gave up the processed food. I mean, I eat less of it. That's really what the whole thing is just portion control, man. I mean, and obviously you can eat more green beans than you can eat a Pop-Tarts. Duh. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the calories are the calories, and the calories are the king when it comes to weight loss. And that's when I really started questioning all of the nonsense. When they were talking about, oh, well, this spikes your cortisol and you can't lose weight if your cortisol spiked. That's not true. Do you think people that are starving to death don't have their cortisol spiked? You think they're not stressed? You think they're peaceful, huh? I'm not saying that hormones don't play a part. It's all a bigger picture, obviously, if you have PCOS, that lowers the amount of calories you can eat. That is how, the hormones affect things, going through menopause lessens the amount of calories you can have. All of that is the truth. But it's not because your body is inflamed. That's people will make up the craziest nonsense, and because they use big words, and I know I was that way too. I trusted them, and I would well, why would they lie? Money. That's why. Money. That's why they're lying. And it makes me so mad when people prey off of other people's insecurities in their life, because let me tell you, my life's a million times better now that I've lost 105 pounds. Actively playing a part in ruining people's lives by keeping them confused and taking their money. You get to take more of their money if you keep them more confused and you keep them feeling bad. Because there's this desperation to lose the weight, and I know because I felt it, and they're preying off of that desperation. And it makes me so mad. But that was the first time that it clicked for me, where I was like, they're lying. They're lying. Anybody that's telling you that a calorie deficit will not work is either misinformed or they're lying, because it does work. And I didn't want to believe it either, okay, until I finally listened to all of the annoying people that were hounding, saying that it works, it works, it works. It does work. It's slow. It's not going to work as fast as keto, okay? But it does work, and it is a sustainable way to lose weight. The math is the math. The science is the science. And I had to accept the fact that I was not a scientific marvel, and there wasn't weird things going on like inflammation or cortisol that was keeping me from losing the weight. I was eating too much. I was consuming more energy than what my body was burning. That's why I was gaining weight.